And from this fifth dimension and energy, you go further high and go cross that enlightenment phase. And post-enlightenment, that you normally will surrender after that and be with the agent of the divine. From there, ultimately, end of it, we go and achieve the Shivatva, finally the Shiva Bhakti state. So, all right. So this is that about the path, the journey, and earlier the journey was always there. It is not has changed. But what changed is the energy on planet Earth. People used to have a lot of effort to cross all these layers and go high. So help us to help the humanity. Mother Earth has changes its vibration. Now it is vibrating high, equivalent to fifth dimension. So initial that up to enlightenment was not an issue. With a little bit of practice and your own, you need to commit to the path. Of course, you cannot half-heartedly. Nothing is possible. So you have to. If you commit it, it is very fast. It is happen. Many people having just few months and all. In my case, it is only 2 years time. It happened that time. And now it may be even faster. Because energy has gone higher and higher. It is like you are floating your boat. You are running in a river. The river flow itself has increased. So you are getting like more faster without minimum effort. You can move much faster to your journey on the boat, because you are going towards the flow of the river. So same here. Automatically the flow of river has increased, so that it earlier the whatever time is to take, and now it is much faster. Okay, with this context, now let me come to our today. I have specifically discussed. This is a vast subject. It is not the thing. I'm just giving the what is called little bit our journey summary. But now I come back to what are the things you develop, what are the qualities you develop or you need to achieve self-mastery. So that is today's discussion. Understanding level, not to give too much of big words, simple words, understanding what we are supposed to do, So it is the whoever has achieved self-mastery, this is the qualities that I have listed, so that I'm going to explain you one by one. So many of the qualities you may already have, that is fine. And if something you are yet to have, you can learn and get into there, so that it will help you to be in this fifth dimensional energy, very easily. So first is that we develop some kind of understanding of quality of appropriation, the sense of appropriation. Appropriation means we come to a state that which is there is no such thing called absolute right and absolute wrong. It is like we are just getting some kind of information or some kind of view, some kind of opinion. There is nothing to be treated as absolutely wrong or absolutely right. Our fundamental urge to fight for what is right, that made so many things, so many things in the world. But understand that whatever we are saying that it is right, think of how we arrived at that it is right. It is from our own ego mind. Through some logic, through some analysis, through some information, we gather and then we decided this is right. It may not be. Truth may be somewhere else. Unless until you get downloaded directly from the universal truth, the universal knowledge, this is just a view. Even though you believe it is right, but this domain like the mastery, is beyond the belief system. Because here also, Prem Nirmalji says one thing, that if you believe you are not enlightened, you are not. And if you believe you are enlightened, you are not too. Because enlightenment is beyond belief system. When you are able to drop all kinds of belief system, it is not about right and wrong again. It is dropping the system where the belief operates. It is a mind level that need to go. Then you can fly high. Otherwise, you will never be able to fly high. So that is called this quality of appropriation. Like we can say that it is okay. This is agreeable, disagreeable, or whatever. These are all views are running, but we are not bothered too much of right and wrong. Some people are so much into it that whatever they feel it is, they believe it is right. They wanted to push and try to make everybody else believe that he is right, he or she is right. There is no such thing. It is not a mastery. Mastery is accepting the truth that these are all aversions. So just take it appropriately. No need to be headstrong about either proving it right or proving it wrong. There is no need. Okay? Let it be. Let it be as it is. If you ask, how do you feel about that? I said, the way it is. Just for example, the world is good or bad. So it is a way of look at it. But all spiritual masters, they say, world is as it is. There is no such connotation, good or bad. It is as it is. Yeah. So, and we have to operate in this field. It is a platform for us to operate. That's all. I have no judgment. So there is another point of non-judgmental. So, but appropriation is that it cannot be absolute right or absolute. It is somewhere in the middle. Everything. And there is a purpose for it. Everything has a purpose. So if you're feeling some pain somewhere, some area of life you are feeling pain, that means you have to learn a lesson from it. You can learn lifelong lessons. Even the enlightened people, as I said, from Atma Vyapti to Shiva Vyapti, their learning has not stopped. Enlightenment is not an end of the journey. Okay, they're still learning many things. And in art plane, we come here to learn three things, three major things to be precise. And these are the three major things where we get a karma, or we get, whether we get reward or punishment in this three area. What are the three areas? One is money matters. One is health matters. One is relationship matters. All reward we get or punishment we get, so-called punishment. I'm not going into that. Appropriation doesn't say the reward or punishment. There is also too extreme. The whatever return we get based on whatever the karmic thing we have done in the past, and if some area of in this you are facing pain or difficulty, almost certainly there is a learning for you left there. Almost. In this area, as I said, everybody have a lifelong lesson, because things can have a different types, different phases, and different kinds of ways it can teach many things to us. So these are the things we normally get. So if something is paining, suppose if I am walking on the street and then I feel, too much pain in the, bottom of my feet, most likely there is a thorn, some, kata or a nail got into there. Just check. It is similarly, it is just drawing our attention to some area of our life where I need to. So then we can take appropriate action. We learn our lessons or we take precautions. Maybe when we are walking, we didn't see where we are stepping the foot on. And now next time we'll do that because we have already learned our lesson from that experience. So that's why every kind of this kind of thing, like every pain is just a signal that it needs your attention. Attention means you'll be focusing there and then you'll be aware of that. And through awareness, you will connect your consciousness. You will ask help and guidance from your consciousness that whatever need to be done, the action will take. That is also be in the action with awareness, in awareness. So that you can learn the lesson, sort out that with the full of awareness and walk the path. So that is the approach. So it is all your self-mastery. Nothing outside will come and solve these things for you. You need to develop that. So that you can develop that and then we walk the path and which will ultimately take you to your liberation of that journey. So this is about that. Next point is about the quality we develop on this self-mastery is patience and tolerance. Patience and tolerance is a big thing. We have to we learn or the lessons we learn here and get into that. This mastery is all about the patience we call titiksha. Titiksha means waiting without expectation. That waiting with expectation is called pratiksha, and waiting without expectation is just you do your part and rest you leave it to the divine. That is, and you are patient. You are not running behind the results. We got very much frustrated if we don't get a result in time. Maybe 1 month, 2 months, whatever time we feel, and we don't happen. We get frustrated and say nothing is working, and we can mentally a lot of negative things we develop and all these things. So if everything happens at the divine time, and there is a reason for it, and most of these things happens not in our expected time, mostly to teach us this lesson of patience. And once we surrender it to the divine, then you trust that it will be given. If it is in your best interest, something you are asking, but it is not your best interest, it will not happen. Because you don't know. You may ask anything. We can have a lot of desires, but not all the desires having that in our best interest. You normally give an example like somebody was willing to drive a very fast car, Mercedes. He was doing for something, started a business, make a big profit, and next day bought a Mercedes and starting some on the road 200 kilometers per hour and all, met with an accident, and his both legs were amputated. He never able to drive any further. So in maybe it would have been better if he keeps struggling not to get the car. Then this could not have happened. So what is in our best interest, we don't know. We think if I get this, that means it is where my prayers are answered, and if I don't get, it is not true. It will be given in your best interest. You will understand at the end of when it is over, you will understand why it was, why it happened or not happened. Okay. Till that time, you have to have a patience and tolerance. Patience and tolerance of something happening to you, or patience and tolerance to others as well. So you have to accept the people as they are. So then it takes years for us to understand that, we are not here to change anything or anyone except ourselves. So then it is possible. then all these things, whatever you need to, when we develop that thing, whatever is causing us trouble, that particular event or situation will go forever, because we learned the lesson, and that's it. See, and next, third is about the love and compassion. So when you interact with the people, we normally earlier used to have all self seeking or self interest related communication or interaction with people, but all these are aimed at, if we treat people with love and compassion and unconditional love, nothing to get returned, or the other person may not appreciate at all, it's okay. You develop a quality of love and appreciation, love and compassion, because it is your own quality. It is coming out of your self-mastery. When your heart chakra opened up, you are operating from there. That is the biggest treasure you can have, what nobody can steal. If you are rich in money, then it is quite possible you lose the money, or you have to spend the money and somebody stolen the money from you. But love and compassion cannot be stolen, and it is no need to get anything in return. You can keep giving, like a flower giving fragrance. I gave an example of that, like that. So that is also quality of masterly living, that higher dimensional living. Then the next is that it is non-judgmental. To some extent, I touched that in the appropriation things. We are not here to judge people and give a score, so good, bad, ugly, or whatever it is. So people, or even situations, as I mentioned a little earlier, every situation, every person comes in our lives, is something is there for us to learn. And there is a saying, some people say that people come in our life, either as a blessings or as a lessons. Okay, some people come to bless us, some people come to give us lessons. Okay, anyway, but in either way, it comes to, we had there something for us to improve upon, and it is not the way we think it is. It is at soul level, everything is pre-planned. At the soul level, we all know what we are going to face, what is going to happen. Certain situations is developed, mostly in our terms, negative, third dimension language, negative situation developed for us to grow. It gives, and to do that, it comes from the complete non-judgmental field. If we are giving some judgment, then we get attached to it. What it is coming to tell us, to give us detached from it. Anything which is not comfortable and all those things, if you try more complain, more, thinking about it, and well, I'll get rid of it and all, more you give energy to that, it will stay. But more you just, earlier we have a patience, also patience, tolerance, or acceptance. You accept what it is. World is as it is. When you accept that without any judgment, those things you learn the lesson, it will go from you. But if you keep complaining, and all, the things will not improve, because the purpose of that has not served. All it is for you what is happening. It is not from anybody else. It is, sometimes we think, okay, if it is happening because, say professionally, it is happening because so-and-so in my office was against me and all those kind of things. Change the office, join somewhere else and all. But if you have not changed, again, something similar type of nature will happen from different people. Similar. It is just because you have not learned the lesson. It is not about the outside, it is your inside. When you change it, there will be no grip. So it will be, you are out of that, you become non-judgmental, you're out of it, and then you get liberated from it. It's the way it is. If somebody is, say somebody is bad mouthing, okay, it is. Let it be, somebody is bad mouthing. So in this case also, it is nothing to do with the others. Here also I normally give the example of Gautam Buddha. No? Somebody came and abusing him and came to his monastery and try to verbally abuse him and all. So he didn't say anything, just keep smiling. And then all his disciples are saying, how can you, withstand this kind of fellows? And he came and for nothing he's abusing you. You could have at least said, get out from here. So then he said that same thing, that, okay, if he come here to give me a gift, I don't take it. That to whom that gift belongs to now. He said, whoever brought the gift, it belongs to him. It's the same here. Okay, he came and gave a lot of, verbal abuse, but I didn't take it. It's up to me to take it or not to take it. So I don't have anything to do with what he said, but I have not taken it. So this is a non-judgmental thing, rather than thinking the other person it is not right and is a faulty and it should be punished and all these things. And so far as this punishment is concerned, a lot of people in the humanity, we have seen a lot of places, a lot of fighting, a lot of things happening, even to the range of mass killing, like ethnic cleansing is happening based on simply the understanding that it is my duty to remove that all bad things from earth. But again, these kind of things comes from your own belief system. In the first point what I explained, there is no guarantee that your system, your belief system is based on the fundamental truth. In the name of your belief, you are killing people or eliminating your enemies, so-called. That is not the way. And this way, the humanity went, and the history of humanity went a complete reverse direction. If war could have solved our humanity's problem, then if you see the history, so many millions of war is fought. By the time it should be in the divine place to live already, peaceful, blissful place to live. It is just opposite. Still, war is going on somewhere or another. There is no peace. That is not the way. Way is the earlier we said love and compassion. Win your enemy with the pure love. There is no such thing called devil. If there is a devil, with pure love, don't kill the devil. Convert the devil into a saint by pure love. That is win. All right. This is a non-judgmental attitude, and this we operate from non-judgmental field. So if you have a self-mastery, you operate from non-judgmental. The people are where they are. Everything has a purpose for it, And we accept as it is. There is no confrontation with anyone or anything. Now, next quality is letting go the old and embrace the new. This is a very big, challenge. There are some. I was reading one book. They are saying that some I forget whose quotation it was. That person, he's a like a what is called good personal trainer, life coach sort of thing. He was stating that I am amazed to see people want change and people resist the same change in the same measure. Everybody wants change in their life, and everybody wants to, stop that change to happen. Nobody wants to go out of their comfort zone. Wherever they are, they want that, But when actually things come, opportunity they come, they don't want to actually take any action towards that. So that's why it is very, aptly said that everybody wants change, but they resist the change in the same measure. That's why we were wherever we are. We are not, willing to change. So here it comes, all this master is a letting go the old and embrace the new. You should open, and you should not only open, you should be, looking forward to receive the new thing. It is not for the one instance. That should be part of your own being, letting go the old and embrace the new. So in my life also, the many in practical level, many things are happening. Almost all old things are already gone. But I am ready for the new. I'm ready. Titiksha, I'm not expecting or desiring something. I'm just ready. I said it's all divine will to happen, to manifest. And it is taking longer than what should have been expected, but I'm okay with it. I'm just, whatever is happening, that I am just asking Babaji that what is the main reason why we are saying so much of, the pain we are facing, all old has gone. So Babaji has given that understanding of that we have been, it is like a tree uprooted from one place and transported. Say it was to transport 100 kilometers and planted another garden is a better place. Unless until we are uprooted from the old place, we cannot be replanted in the better place, in the better garden, or more conducive, open, and healthy atmosphere and things like that. But it is truth that during this transportation period, the tree, suppose it is transported in a trailer, the tree will not get water, or not get the connection to the ground and then necessary nutrition. So this part is painful, and there is no shortcut to it. We cannot cut short this phase. Planting a seed and getting a fruit out of it, there is a gestation period. We have to provide that. We cannot expect the old one gone and tomorrow there is a new one in. It is not that. Here, that our whatever the patience and all, it is needed. So letting go of the old and embrace the new. So this is that. This is another thing that we need to culminate. The self-mastery is also to do that. Whatever is going, it let go. Don't hold on, clutch on that, because it is having for your better. Our own soul consciousness, they know it. If you communicate with our soul, you will get a guidance how to be there, But don't clutch on the old things. And during this COVID time, we learned this lesson in a big way. And this particular year, I have already, giving message in the beginning of the year. If you can listen to that New Year message again, this is our year of life transformation. It is like a, butterfly coming out of a cocoon, So this transformation for the new, the opportunities and new way of flying, you have to undergo that cocoon period. There is no movement. You feel like stuck with these things. But if you are saying, no, I cannot withstand that anymore. I cannot, so much things I cannot accept anymore. I wanted to cut short it. It is like cutting the cocoon with a scissor. Butterfly will never come out of that. The struggle it takes to break the cocoon and come out makes the wings of the butterfly from the caterpillar. Without that pain, butterfly will not form. It will not able to fly. Somebody tried it, just whatever there inside, the caterpillar, some form, they dropped on the ground and died. That transformation didn't happen. So this the kind of thing treatment is necessary for our own transformation, for our own good. And I also give an example of a diamond. It is why this process, because the divine it likes us to be coming to our full potential. And what we try to do, we don't want to come out of this, out of our corner, what is our comfort zone. So that's why some situations created to throw us out in the middle, so that we get, first we try to run around and cry or whatever we do, but finally we find the path and move towards that. What is destiny? Destiny means doesn't mean that we are robot. Destiny means whatever our soul's plans are. Our own soul has decided some path, that is the destiny. There's no God is giving us some instruction or something like that there. All right, so next is that being friendly with uncertainty. In world is designed with all uncertainties to give the experiences. Most likely, whatever you planned for, things will not go way as per your plan. Something will happen, some block will come, some you have to make a detour and take some action, you may make a new path. If it is completely blocked, that means there is a new path is there, that is not your path. Simply, it means that. So we have to be friendly with uncertainty. Uncertainties in life, we cannot take it for granted. It is the way of searching the experience we get that becomes useful for our further journey. So that is also been needed for that. And then, so whatever is happening, so we have to be there. The best way we can hold ourselves, best way we can vibrate ourselves, not to surrender ourselves to negativity, is by attitude of gratitude. Whatever is happening, we should be grateful to the divine, to giving us the opportunity to grow spiritually and live with awareness. No matter what happens, good and bad, and also we should not, no matter, we should be grateful for that, because everything has a purpose. Something we are feeling completely, you think it is, why this is happening to me, means the purpose is not understood to you yet. That's why we ask this question. And our soul knows everything. When we come to know about it, then you know that it is needed for that time for us to grow, for our one work spiritual path. This life will end sometime, but our spiritual journey will not. That's what I given in the beginning. We need all those experience, even though to some negative things in our terminology, but that was needed for us to grow. We have to burn the fuel to say aeroplane to fly high. Fuel has to burn itself. You cannot say no burning. Then you cannot move. So things like that. We have to do something, some experiences, something to be burned for us to get the next momentum to go put our foot forward. But attitude of gratitude is the best level way we can hold our vibration high level. It's not what is happening. Sometimes we are praying to someone, please give me this, give me that. So Amar Jyotiji says, very jokingly said a nice thing, that he said, how many times you change the photo of your God? So means you're praying to somebody, that didn't happen after 2 months. Oh, isse kaam nahi ho raha. You put somebody else and then pray, some master or some guru or somebody, and then said, no matter what you do, everybody, your blessings are always there. Be grateful. Right now you are living, you are breathing. That is good enough to be thankful about, to be felt gratitude, express gratitude about. So these are the things, the gratitude we can feel, even though at the extreme state of our own own life, we can still be grateful to the divine for this life to run. As long as there is a life, there is a hope, there is a possibility, there is a further, chances for the open. It may not happen the way we think, but it will happen for the way it is of our best interest. Yeah. So then our next is, it is like a universal. When you operate from the love and compassion, you into non-judgmental and all, then you should be, it will help you to go towards the feeling of oneness, toward more and more towards oneness. You feel we are all one. Last, we have a session on that. In Vedic term, they call it Vasundhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is my family. We are all related. So if we operate from that, so drop that all kind of divisive identification, like what is skin color, nationality, and the caste, and the economic background, and that all these identifications need to be dropped. Why they need to be dropped? Because every soul chooses its own identity in the planet Earth. How much I will earn, what will be our intelligence, what are the type, which family I will born, which country I'll born, our soul chooses. It is a choice we made at the soul level. It is nothing to be looked down upon and say, this person is inferior, that is superior. It is just our idea makes them so. So it is that so when we come to that understanding, whatever you have, you just share and just friendly with everyone. That is a sense of oneness. Everything, everybody becomes parts of our own body parts, so that you said, these are all mine. So it is a part of me, bigger me. That is the so-called bigger I. So that I am consciousness. And the last point I have made, that Sarve Bhavantu Sukhino. When we pray for it, we pray, let everybody be happy. Everybody will joyful. We do this prayer, end of every session. So it is not about me. It is about all. Sarve Bhavantu Sukhino. All, everybody need to be happy. We cannot, that is our prayer, means that is our energy, what we are giving in. More you give this energy towards that, you will be uplifted, because your prayer you are basically catering to the millions. So your own thing, your own consciousness, you will be able to be aware of that when you go to that level. Otherwise, it is like going to a sea with a cup and take that much water and come back. So go to the higher, much, much higher level. So we need to have these two qualities, last two, what as I mentioned, Vasundhaiva Kutumbakam. World is my family. And beyond that, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhino. Irrespective, I have no judgment. Give happiness to this, don't give happiness to my enemies. No, everybody. Okay. That will be my prayer. So then I am in tune with this divine consciousness, the universal consciousness. Okay. So with this, I will conclude that this learning session. So if you have any question, so you are welcome to ask me. No question? Shreyashi, yes, go ahead.
Guruji, these qualities that you spoke of, like, for example, treating everyone equally, I see that with you, like you treat all of us equally. But when walking on this path, uh, there are sometimes that our vibes don't match, and then I try to avoid those people. Uh, so basically, I'm not probably treating them equally. I just avoid certain people. Um,
Yeah.
Like,
Seriously, these are two different things. What you actually do. You need to protect yourself from negative people and things like that. I'm not saying you go and say that I love you to everybody you meet on the street. I'm not saying that. Okay. But from internally, you leave them as they are. Yeah. You take necessary precautions so that you need not to go into all this, any kind of consequences or further things. Definitely. But from your side, you become non-judgmental. Okay. So normally, to understand how it is possible, I give an example. Suppose you have gone to a mental asylum. Suppose there is your friend is a doctor there, and you went to meet her with the doctor, and on the way you say there is a inmate, of course, mentally disbalanced. One lady came and started shouting and abusing you. You are meeting. You have nothing to do with that. You have done anything. You are just going to meet your friend. She is a doctor there. Another lady of inmate came and started shouting and things like that. So how you will feel about that, of that lady? Do you feel any revenge that this needs to be, straightened up? Why? How dare you to, talk to me like that? It is will not feel that way, right? So whatever you feel, what do you feel for this particular lady who is coming and abusing, who is inmate of a mental asylum? Tell me, how do you feel? What are the things you will feel?
I'll sympathize.
Good. We feel the poor lady. She is mentally disbalanced. She is a patient. She needs treatment. Okay, my prayers are with you. Get well soon. Okay, so here comes. You can treat even who is abusing you, to treat compassionately. This attitude is not to fight and with anybody who is not behaving properly, something like that. So this, if you expand it in the practical level, things become easier. Who am I to judge? I also advise in this, I mentioned about the punishing other people and the war and all those things. Here my advice, in these cases also, don't play God. You are not here to punish or straighten or correct anyone. Okay, even if you see that, if you come to say, I don't give lecture to anyone, you do this, you do that. Understand, you ask for some technique is a different thing, but I share my story and just share. It's up to you to take it or leave it. If you don't take it, it's also fine with me. Who am I to decide you have to run your life this way? Or you have to follow this path or Kriya or this technique? Who am I? So that I'm get detached from that. My purpose is to just to offer and leave it there. So that is the thing. So you do only your bit. Other, how they are bad and all, it is none of your business. It will take care. Their own life path they have come, it will take care of them. The divine will take care of them. You pray that divine, please take care of this. That's all. Okay.
Yes, and one more question.
Yes.
All these qualities that you have said, I experienced that if I look at my behavior throughout a day, for example, there are times when I am in this state, and there are times when I'm not in that state. So, like, how do I increase? I mean, what do I do more to be more in this state, like more time? Like it's sometimes this, sometimes tossing basically. There are times
Understood.
when I'm like surrendered, and then there are times when I forget about it. So like
Yeah.
more
The
of this.
answer to that is be in the awareness. Awareness in action. Okay. Okay. So whatever you're doing, be aware of that. That's all. Things will come out. That is the first point I explained. No? Just try to be aware of whatever you're doing and saying. It will take care of the rest of the things. And also a non-judgmental attitude, whatever I mentioned there, the quality, it should be applicable to you also. Don't judge yourself as well. We are also not perfect. Nobody is imperfect in human body. Maybe some big master, even they have something. So practical level, not by intention on the higher level, lower level ones, as long as, so everybody is in work in progress. Okay, accept that I am also work in progress. Only thing what you need to do, you have to just be better version of yourself. That's all it needs. That is possible, no? It's called spiral growth. Little every day.
Yes.
Then it can go.
Yes, that is like the intention. Obviously, that like we should be aware. Our action should be aware, but it is not always happening. So, like, how to increase in the awareness development.
No, that's fine, but no need to give a high standard for that. Just do whatever practically possible. One step
Okay.
at a time. No issues. Yeah, it's okay. It's not growing as per the way you expected. It's okay, but just keep walking. Direction matters, not the pace, not the speed.
Okay.
You should be in the right direction. Then definitely you'll reach some point of time.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. God bless you.
Guruji
Any other
Pranam.
question?
Guruji Pranam.
Pranam.
It is very probably easier when we are dealing with people outside our family. But it is becomes quite complicated, Guruji, when we are dealing with our own family members. Suppose I am the eldest in the house and I feel that it is my responsibility to look after or take the family in a particular direction. But many a times, despite giving advice, your wife or children or brother or sister may not listen to you. And you feel
Yeah.
bad that they have not listened. Now, how do you handle such situations when people are close to you, you are seeing them day and night, and every time you see them, you remember that they don't listen to you because of our conditioning. So things are improving. We are in work in progress, but still, little bit of light on this aspect is required to make our living better.
Yeah. No. That is a very valid point. But the thing is, um, you have to do whatever you need to do, and you leave it there. Okay. Rest. We are expecting the result. No, Mahafaleshu kadachana. That is why you are saying that you failed to implement something. Okay. But leave up to where you conveyed that, this is the thing, and you leave it. Everybody takes time to internalize and then implement. Hmm. So this we have to allow them to do that, particularly in the family. We have to allow them to come to their own willingness, acceptance, and things like that. Till that time, you have to be patient. And also, some of our own family members give us the biggest lessons, our own lessons, because we cannot change everything. But that's what, in this particular case, my advice will be, give your bit, and then otitiksha, like, waiting without expectation. It will change on its own. Okay, more you persist, it may not improve that fast, but something will happen automatically. You will see that it's changed on its own. That change is permanent. Otherwise, what will happen is, because we can put our authority in the family and try to put some kind of rule there, it will not be long lasting. The moment people get chance, they will break the rule.
Right, Guru.
So rather than it was like forceful implementation, authoritarian implementation. Let it be like cheerful cooperation. Okay, that will work, but you have to wait for that. There is no shortcut to it. Okay.
What we expect is that we have given an order or we have told something and it should happen fructify immediately.
Tomorrow.
That leads to a lot
Yes.
of frustration problems. Thank you,
Yeah.
Guru.
Yeah. Yeah. You given your advice and leave it there. It is because it takes time to get ingested and maybe implemented and all those things.
Thank you, Guru. Thank you so much.
Okay. God bless you. All right. So if there is no other question, so we'll go for our Kriya and meditation. So it's time has quite elapsed. Maybe we'll see how many steps of meditation we'll do, but we'll start with our sit straight and breathe in and breathe out few times and relax yourself.